I'm Laura Wall, Executive Director at CASA for Children of Mercer and Burlington counties. CASA, court-appointed special advocates, provide support for hundreds of local children in foster care. We recruit and extensively train and support community volunteers who are sworn in by a family court judge to advocate in the best interest of the children to which we're assigned. Our advocates work diligently to make sure that our children have the support that they need and deserve. They talk to therapists, case managers, teachers, bio parents, foster parents, and as a result, they're often the one person who has the fullest picture of the child's experience, and our children have experienced real trauma. A good example of the kind of work that we do and the impact that it has is recently we were assigned a case with two little boys. The boys had been in the system for quite a while, and they had bounced around from various relatives' homes. So eventually they were placed with grandmother, removed from their mother's home, and that's where CASA got involved. Because of all of the back and forth with the children, there was a lot of trauma there, a lot of instability, so we assigned our most experienced CASA to the case. And the first thing she did was make sure that the children were evaluated, and unsurprisingly, they came very high for PTSD, even though they're little kids. So from there, she got them into therapy. And then she realized that one of the children had some educational issues and needed support there, so she was able to work that through as well. There were some issues with insurance, and she worked that through. So these children, because of the supports that CASA was able to do, and working within the system, were able to be adopted by grandma. She felt comfortable doing that, and they have a much more secure environment than they would ever have had otherwise. I really think that the work that CASA does is foundational. Not only does it impact our children, but it impacts the whole community. When you take care of your most vulnerable members, children in foster care, you create a better environment for everyone. We really want to thank the Fund for Women and Girls for the support that you've provided for us. It enabled us to recruit and train dozens of community volunteers who became CASA advocates. And those CASA advocates were able to support many dozens of children in foster care and their families. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Tia Barron. First, I would like to thank you and Fund for Women and Girls for having me here today, and all of that you've done for Arm in Arm and Still Standing. I started out in Still Standing as a member. I started out in 2019 in the very beginning. I got help through Arm in Arm because I was a struggling mom. I have 4 children, so I just needed some help paying rent and getting caught up on some bills that I kind of fell behind on. Reaching out to Arm in Arm put me in contact with Vanessa Lagaris, who in turn asked me if I wanted to be a part of Still Standing. I thought it was a great idea. What better than to have a group of women to encourage you and push you through and coach you through, your daily life, through ups and downs, goods and bads. So one of the important benefactors Still Standing has helped me with is becoming financially stable. We had a program where we had to write down our spending habits, put a budget together. So, and I had to follow that budget because honestly, I wasn't working off of a budget. So knowing how to budget my money put me in a position where I could pay the necessary bills on time, where I wouldn't fall behind, know what I was making, actually see what I was making, and being able to save was big for me. So just to have a coach that can show you how to save and budget your money, that put me in a position where I could save and stay on top of my bills permanently, and not fall behind where I would have to be in the same position again. So that was a big thing for me to thrive and Still Standing and to take with me moving forward. As I went through the program and I was asked if I would like to be a part of the Still Standing team as an employee. And I thought, wow, I really thought that was great to offer or come to me with that offer. It's a part-time position for project coordinator. I applied for the position, interviewed for the position, and then was offered the position. I started in August and been going ever since. It's a blessing for me because I was in the program and I was being helped. So now to be put in a position where I can help others is awesome. And I think that speaks to exactly what the program is for and what it can do.
My name is Miranda Christ. I'm the Development and Communications Associate with the Latin American Legal Defense and Education Fund. LALDEF's Futuro program is our high-impact youth mentoring program for first and second generation immigrant high school students. So the program holds weekly tutoring sessions, monthly workshops, and a variety of other enrichment activities that support the development of our students. All of our students come from low-income families, and a majority are first-generation Americans. Educational disparities are pretty stark in Mercer County. In Trenton, absenteeism rates are among the highest in the state, and high school graduation rates for Hispanics are quite low. College graduation rates are even lower. So that's where our Futuro program comes in. We work to bridge gaps in access to educational resources. One example that comes to mind that's sort of a small scale illustration of this is one of our students in the Futuro class of 2021 who was initially ambivalent about applying to Princeton University. She just wasn't sure if she was qualified. So our program staff supported her through the application process. And she applied, she got an interview. She was waitlisted at first, but that didn't stop us. We encouraged her to write a letter to Princeton explaining why she should be admitted. And she did, and she followed up with a phone call. And we're pleased to say that she ultimately was accepted, and she's now an attendee of Princeton, a student at Princeton University. And yeah, she plans to apply to medical school someday. So that's just one example of one of the many successes in our Futuro class of 2021. We're really proud of our students, and we're so grateful to the Fund for Women and Girls for supporting us through multi-year funding. It's allowed us not only to sustain this wonderful program over the years, but it's also poised us to expand. So we're currently institutionalizing Futuro Familia, which is our family support program that's complementary to our Futuro program. And we're also working on expanding the program to include high school sophomores in addition to the juniors and seniors that we've been working with so far. So we're so grateful to the Fund for Women and Girls, and thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Natalie Tung, and I'm the co-founder and executive director of Homeworks Trenton, a community-based after-school residential program for girls in Trenton, New Jersey. We are so excited and grateful to have been a Fund for Women and Girls grant recipient this past year. Typically at Homeworks, we run a residential program where our girls are transported to and from their public schools, do programming focused on academics, life skills, civic engagement, women empowerment, and more, stay overnight in our dorm, and go home on the weekends. But when COVID made this impossible, your funding allowed us to successfully adapt into an in-person program where we had our scholars transported to our space to assist them with virtual schooling, have daily lunches, programming, and more. We would not have been able to do this without your financial support. Over the past 5 years, we've measured success and above average performance in our scholars' academic performance, their school attendance, social emotional growth, college preparedness, and more. We've been able to work alongside our parents and scholars, and I want to highlight one of our scholars who I am so proud of. DeRay, who is our senior and peer leader, started out on our 2017 pilot as a rising 8th grader. Over the past 5 years, we've been privileged to see her step into her power and lead as not only, and mature not only as a scholar, but also as a leader. Together with our parents, teachers, and community leaders, we've created a space where DeRay has been able to grapple with tough topics like gender, colorism, self-love, the power of voting, and more. And over the years, we've seen DeRay see herself differently and gain the confidence to navigate all of her spaces and be the amazing, beautiful woman that she is. Whether it's in front of other scholars at homeworks or over 1,000 people in an auditorium, when DeRay speaks, everyone goes quiet, and we are all learning and listening from her. I'm so proud to say that DeRay has just been accepted into college, but not only that, with our partnership with the Give Back Foundation, she has the choice to attend this college on a full ride scholarship, room and board included. Thank you so much, Fund for Women and Girls, for making this all possible.